Henry the Hare was fast, gentle human. Everyone knew it. He darted through the forest like a gust of wind. He enjoyed the attention it brought him. Speed can make us feel important. It has that effect. One day, Henry saw Sheila the sloth slowly making her way through the trees. He stopped and watched. Then he laughed. "Look at you," Henry said. "The trees move faster than you do. It must take you all morning to just make a cup of coffee." Sheila didn't say much. She wasn't much of a talker herself. She kept moving, slow and deliberate as always. But Henry wasn't finished. He looked over and saw Turnip the tortoise nearby. "You two should race," Henry said with a grin. "The slowest race this forest has ever seen. I promised the sun would set even before you guys make a start." Henry laughed again, loud and long. Turnip wasn't laughing. She had lived a long time. She was 169 years old. She had stood up to fast creatures before. Champu the cheetah, sleek and swift. But she had held her own against him as well. Turnip moved slowly, but she knew her strength. She wasn't one to be pushed around. Turnip walked up to Henry. "Enough," she said. "You don't need to mock others just because they are different. You see, gentle human, Turnip is standing up for her friend Sheila the sloth." Henry stopped laughing. He glared at her. "You think you can talk to me like that?" Henry sneered. "You, the slowest creatures in the forest, what do you know about speed?" Turnip was calm. She had heard it all before. "Maybe I'm slow," she said. "But speed isn't everything. We are all different, and that's how it should be." Henry smirked, ready to prove her wrong. "Different? No. Slow is slow. And I'm fast. And you can't change that." Turnip didn't argue. She looked at Sheila, then back at Henry. "Let's race," she said. "If I win, you stop mocking Sheila and others for being slow. You accept everyone as they are." Henry grinned. "You beat me? That's a joke. But fine, when I win, everyone will know I'm the fastest. And they'll see how silly your talk about accepting is." Turnip wasn't racing for herself. She was doing it for Sheila and all the other slow creatures in the forest. And for everyone who had ever been mocked. "This race isn't about speed," she said. "It's about respect. It's about moving forward and accepting others as they are." They lined up. The animals gathered to watch Henry shot off like a flash. His legs flew. Turnip took her first step. Slow but steady. She didn't rush. She didn't worry. She knew it wasn't about being the fastest. It was about staying true to yourself. Henry ran far ahead. He looked back and saw nothing but an empty path. He laughed. "I'll wait here," he thought. He laid down under a tree, opened up a sandwich and started eating it, and then took a nap as if he knew he has already won. Turnip kept moving, slow and steady as always. The sun was high, but she didn't mind. The road was long, but that didn't bother her. She just kept going, one step after another. When Henry woke up, he stretched and yawned. He looked ahead and saw Turnip almost at the finish line. Henry panicked. He ran as fast as he could. His legs flew, but it was too late. Turnip crossed the line just as Henry came charging up. The forest fell silent. Everyone waited. Henry stood there, breathless. He stared at Turnip. Turnip looked at Henry. She didn't gloat. She didn't mock Henry. She simply said, "Everyone has their own pace, Henry. It's not about being the fastest. It's about how we treat each other along the way." Henry the Hare hung his head. "I thought winning and speed was everything. But I didn't even try my best. I thought it would be easy." Turnip nodded. "It's okay to lose, Henry. It's okay to make mistakes. What matters is what we learn. We can always grow." Henry thought about it. He looked at Turnip, then at Sheila, and nodded. "You're right," he said. "I shouldn't have mocked you. We are all different. I see that now." Turnip smiled, gentle human. Not because she won the race, but because Henry had learned something more important. Henry learned humility. Turnip kept moving forward. And the forest became a kinder, gentler place. The world moves at its own pace, but we are all better when we move forward with kindness and humility. Thank you, gentle human.